as an ITB student, I know that most of us live under stress. Am I correct? Especially after exams or even final projects, right? So, how do you cope with that? I think I'll first ask all of you, especially to all the men in this room, when was the last time you had a failure? Like you failed your performance or maybe you failed your exams. And then second question, when was the last time you had like a breakup, maybe with your girlfriend or the circle that you first felt you belong to no longer said that you belong to them? How do you feel? Maybe these are just some of the thoughts that may arise in your head. Like the first, you feel like disconnected. Like these days, you feel like nobody cares about you. And you felt like you're alone and all. You felt like you're being an outsider. And second, you maybe feel like you became a burden, like because you are disappointing them and people are just better off without you. Well, back again, how do you cope with that? Because extreme stress may lead to many things, but for those without religion, without strong religion base, or even without support from others, may think about something like suicide. So, this is the facts in our land. Men are 4 times more likely to commit suicide than women. And not only in Ireland, also in UK, United States, and even in Indonesia. A study conducted in 2013 by Al-Hawari said the same thing. And so, well, today I'm also going to share you a story about suicide. But this suicide is not because outside pressure, this is because of an addiction. Well, not this kind of addiction. Yes, so not this kind of addiction, not something like very easy to cope with, but something that's really hard. And what's that? That's porn addiction. So I joined a forum in my senior high in Reddit named NoFap. Do you know NoFap? Fap is like masturbation, or in Indonesia we call it coli. Someone knows? And even nyabun. Yeah, I guess you know that. And well, this community is basically a place for people who want to change themselves, who want to fight their addiction to porn, to masturbation. And people share their stories and share how they success and how they fail. And this is just one story. One failure story, he felt like he felt his fight against his addiction, and he posted this. So he's really frustrated, and he said he wanted to commit suicide. And well, at first people are saying things like, well, we still love you. People are supporting him. We can fight this together. And well, he replied at first for like about 4 days, but then his reply stopped. Even my personal message don't get replied. Well, God knows what happens. He said he wanted to commit suicide. But then I want to ask you to go deeper into this. Have you ever heard about the word subhuman? The new human species. So basically it's this. He said, I'm a subhuman in my late 20s who has nothing to offer to anyone and have never had any intimacy with people whom I didn't pay for. You know, he is addicted to porn and also to prostitutes. So he paid the prostitutes to have like little chats or even affections. Well, that's very intriguing to me, and well, it left me with a very deep impression with porn addiction. And fast forward 5 years later, here I am in an electrical engineering student in ITB. Being curious about the topic of porn addiction, I took a class from urban and regional planning. You know, we call it PWK. Anybody from PWK? Well, I took the class, the preparation for final project named research methodology. I took it because I want to know whether it's real or not. How porn affect men? Can it affect badly or not? Well, as our team went to look for stories, about from 5 out of 40 said the same thing. They had suicidal thoughts. So, well, this is real. And I want to ask you to go deeper because I'm very curious and I want to know the answer. How come a man who is addicted to porn commits suicide? It's like nonsense, right or no? Well, I found the answer from a book, a very good book titled How to Be a Superior Man by David Deida. It basically talks about masculinity, which is like manliness, and if you want to know about manliness, you can see the smoke ads, cigarettes, you know, right? Like very brave and taking risks and being able to take responsibility and what else? Well, you know, you name it. Having a sense of purpose, sense of direction, knows what to do next, and that is what man is expected to do. Masculine expected to do. And now we talk about porn. How can someone with that, something, an entity, in essence, masculine, commit suicide because of porn? Well, to give you an analogy, I think the best one is to introduce you to something that maybe most of you already know, the dementor in Harry Potter. You know, right? It is the one that guard prisoner of Azkaban, and in the 3rd chapter, if I remember, right? Yeah, so when you meet them, they will take out your life force, they will kiss you. And after the kiss, you will feel like really worthless and you don't know what to do with your life, you just want to be gone, and yeah, maybe you want to commit suicide, like Sirius did. And well, this is the illustration. And how can porn take out or man's masculinity? Well, to tell you, well, so masculine is expected to solve his problems, right? And if he can't find the solution, he felt desperate. And men, mostly we don't like to take support from other people, right? We turn to escapism habit like playing games, watching anime, or alcohol, narcotics, or even porn. So when we can't cope with our problems, we can't solve our problems, we take escapism habit. And if we are alone and we still can't fix the problem, well, back again, if we don't have strong religion base, then most likely will commit suicide. Well, you're maybe saying that you are not addicted. I'm just a casual user. I just watch it for fun. Anybody feel like that? Well, I'll tell you. This is the step. So the first one is addiction. So you need it, and then desensitization, or you no longer feel like it's wrong, and then escalation, you need more of it, and then finally act out, which is basically you want to practice what you see there. And we can see the examples in news very much. And well, I won't go much into the others, but I will just go to the addiction part, just to make sure you know whether you are addicted or not, right? We want to know that. So I think the best way to answer that question is by asking a fish about what is water. They can't conduct a scientific experiment, so they don't know what's water. Basically, like if they live with water every day, they don't know what's water. They will only know what is water when they are thrown out of the water. And that's the same thing goes with porn addiction. You only know that you are addicted or not when you are trying to get away from it for some time. If there is hunger, if there is thirst, that you want to see it more and more, and I believe most of men here will become like that. Lucky for those who are. Then yes, I think you are addicted. And well, next, how do you find the solution? How do you fight all the dementors? How do you fight the thing that want to rob your happiness want to make you become desperate and feeling sorrow, how do you drive them away? Anybody still remember the mantra for driving the dementors? Expecto patronum, right? Yeah, so basically, expecto patronum, you let out a patronum. Anybody remember what's Harry's patronum? A male deer, right? A male deer, and her mother was a female deer, and Snape's too, female deer, and then, well, what is a patronum really? How do you find something to fight, to not believe the devils, the porn that tries to take your life, to save your life force? Then, what's it? So, to me, a patronum is basically like the best representation of myself. So, something that makes me believe that I don't have to trust porn, that I can push away all the negative thoughts that come to me. That's what a patronum is. And, well, so that's how we fight against addiction, against porn addiction. And then, next, is it a problem? Is porn addiction really a problem? What about me or my friend or the other? Well, this is a new statistic conducted in a top campus, and it said that, well, from 660 respondents, 96% said that they have watched porn intentionally or unintentionally. And well, to tell you more, 55% of the respondents are women. So this is not just men's problem. This is also women's problem as well. And if we have a generation of men without masculinity, who don't have a clear vision about what to do next, what can he sacrifice for the country, then what will we have for Indonesia, right? So this is for all of you who is still fighting this addiction. This is a call to arms. We need to hold hands together. We need to fight this porn addiction. We need to realize that this is a real problem. And we need to share with each other regarding many things, especially about the patronum. What is the patronum? So we need to come together and speak together. Maybe build a community, And that's what I built. And because, like the quote says there, everyone deserves the right to change. Don't be ashamed by a religion, by your family or anything. Don't be ashamed. Everyone deserves the right to change. And then for those of you, especially for those of you who is unaware, who feel like you are not addicted, then I invite you to join the fight together and try to know whether you are really addicted or not, and well, join the fight. And for all the women here, it's very special because there's a porn rehab clinic in Jakarta, and wives are coming there. Not only husbands, but wives. Wives are coming there saying that to the psychologist, why is my husband prefer porn, which is a digital woman, rather than me, which is a physical woman? So this is a problem for you women too. This is a problem for all of us. This is not my problem, this is not your problem, this is our problem. This is a multi-generation problem. And we need to come together, we need to fight this problem together, we need to solve this problem together. And, well, by what? Of course, by trying to hold hands, by trying to make a community, by trying to share the harmful effects of pornography not only to ourselves but also to our families, to our children especially, because the statistic on children is also very screaming and well, so we need to come together, we need to regain our freedom. Let us all be free, let us all fight for freedom. Thank you all.